Hello, Spinner94 here, bringing you another team battle. This team battle is quite interesting. This is me and Game, who I versed in the last video, versus Lovin and Jim, two of my regulars. Jim is rocking some pretty imitating stuff. Every time I verse a Roserade always gives me problems in matches, and Lovin's rocking Xerxatry, which is a real special amount of attack. It's like 183, I want to say. It's something daft like that. So let's jump into this battle and see how it all plays out. So, we're going to jump straight into this battle here. I am going to lead off with Marowak. Marowak is pretty much a really strong lead, but unfortunately Xerxatry and Roserade are going to lead off here, which isn't good for me. So, my partner's going to lead off with Salamence as well, but unfortunately Salamence isn't really going to play too much problem here because, well, Intimidate's not going to really affect them, but the thing is Salamence does have some pretty good stuff on it, so I am confident. It's always nice to have a really definitely strong one on your side. So, Xerxatry is going to get the hell out of here, and Knight is going to come in here, so Chivalry or Salivary, I'm going to call it Chivalry as a name, but this bloody Roserade goes for Sleep Powder. Every time I verse a Roserade, it always gives me problems. I should know this better by now, like ever since I versed Fardream, the Roserade's going in and just ruining my day. So Roserade's going to take some flamethrower hits here. It doesn't get a burn, which it wouldn't do too much. I don't know, burn really does seem quite a bit nerfed this generation, I must admit, but anyway. A little bit of black sludge recovery there. Unfortunately, I'm asleep, so Jim is going to make the smart play and withdraw Roserade here, seeing the flamethrower and the fire type on the field, and is going to go into Sylveon here. So my partner here is going to go straight for the Z move. I believe this is the Hydro Vortex Z move. I could be wrong here. I still need to get used to the Z moves. It's going to unleash the full power of the Z move, and I was right, Hydro Vortex, so I'm slowly learning. So Hydro Vortex is going to connect on Chivalry here. It is going to do a nice little chunk of damage. It doesn't kill. I mean, look at the animation. It looks brutal, but it at least does anything to Knight, so I'm reckoning maybe a Assault Vest or something, as Knight is going to go for an Ice Beam here. So even if that Chivalry was Assault Vested, I'm reckoning that maybe was the set, but I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz here, connect on Chivalry here, do a ton of damage here and absolutely wreck it. Actually, I think the Steel Plate thing's what it had on, so finally that thing's out with the picture here. So 2x is going to come in here, and Xerxatry is also going to come out here, so you know, the Xerxatry is probably going to be targeting that 2x Danko. I believe this is the Water Fairy one, so it's not looking good for it. So Game's definitely going to get that out there, because that's going to do a ton of damage here. So he brings in Mimikyu here, and Mimikyu's you're going to be able to take at least one hit, as I say, a couple of disguise ability. So Power Whip, which looks absolutely lethal this gen. I mean, Power Whip last generation looked like it bloody hurt. This gen it just looks agonizing. So I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz. Me waking up that turn was absolutely clutch. I can't believe the luck I got in that one. So Sylveon's going to take a Flare Blitz. Sylveon is going to go down here, and now Antivirus is going to come out. So the thing is, Conversion Porygon is nothing to be messed around with. When this thing comes out, it does take names. So Shadow Claw is going to connect on Xerxatry. You do about half. So Jim is going to go for the Z move here. He's going to go for the Conversion Z move here, which is going to increase all of this thing's stats and change it to the type of its first move in its slot. So in this case, I believe it is an electric type here. So these things are definitely to watch out for. I imagine these are going to be run a lot, so you're going to have to try and bring a team to counter these. But I think as soon as Pokemon turns its head, there's going to be Mach Punches everywhere just to deal with this. But even then, a Flare Blitz from a Marowak doesn't kill it. That's a scary thought. So Thunderbolt is going to connect on this thing here. That is Marowak going down here. Shadow Claw is going to go for it. It is going to hit the Xerxatry here. Xerxatry definitely down after that. Take a nice, just dead in two clean chunks really. So Ninetales is going to come out here, and I'm going to bring up Mudsdale. Things not looking too favourable for Mudsdale here. The Ice type on the field. And this was before I had Heavy Slam on my Mudsdale here, so Ice Beam is going to connect, and Mudsdale lives that surprisingly well considering this Polygon's at a +1. At least, so that is not really that good, as Play Rough is going to connect on Antivirus and kill it off good. So thankfully that thing is down. Blizzard is going to not connect on the Mimikyu, but is going to connect on me. That doesn't do too much, so it shows me this Ninetales is definitely a bulkier set. So my defense is up at +2, but that's really not going to help here, as I go for an Earthquake here, and unfortunately screw my partner over a little bit. I do more damage to that than I do the Ninetales here. So in comes Roserade here to make all my life a bloody living hell. So I'm probably going to be targeted down by this, as this thing is going to go for a Giga Drain here. That is going to kill off Mudsdale, which is a shame. I like to use Mudsdale. I don't think it's going to be the most competitive one. It's got a nice ability, but unfortunately, as I say, I like using it. I just don't see it being a huge competitive thing. So Leech Life is going to connect on Roserade here. That does a nice little chunk, but of course isn't going to kill this Mimikyu trying to recover what HP it can. But unfortunately, Lovin is going to go for the Z move here, and this is going to be Twinkle Tackle, which, as I said, the animation for that looks alright in females. I'm sorry, I don't care about gender bias, but my god, it looks weird when the males do it, I've got to admit. It just doesn't look right. So, Twinkle Tackle here is going to come in. It is going to connect on Mimikyu here. Look, I just like the fact that it actually scales things down to size. Like, if the Pokemon is bigger, you generally cannot see the 9 tails, which I do quite like. That's a nice little feature they've added in. So Black Sludge is going to make some recovery. The mist from the battlefield's only going to disappear, only to reappear literally in this turn. So Tupa Finny's going to come out here, and I bring in Porygon 2 before I got my Death Ducky. So Misty Surge is going to go across the battlefield here. I'm going to download. I don't get the special attack increase. Oh, sorry for the yawn there. That was not professional. So Geiger Drain is going to connect here. That's going to do a ton to Tupa Finny here. Bring Roserade nearly back to full, and this play I believe becomes quite interesting. So Dazzling Gleam's going to connect. It doesn't kill us off. I get a crit hit on me, but incoming Shadow Ball here that connects, doesn't do much to Roserade, but unfortunately the special defense drop happens, which is not good for Roserade here. Because I went for an Ice Beam and that covered that, I'm able to kill off this Roserade. If it wasn't for that, I think this Roserade probably would have lived to Giga Drain. So we got incredibly lucky there. So Aurora Beam is going to connect into Tupa Finny here. That doesn't do enough to kill, unfortunately, as this thing is going to go for a Shadow Ball again. It is going to connect. It's going to do a nice little chunk of damage here. And yet again, it gets a special defense drop, and then Life Orb kills it off. So very lucky on that part. And yet again, thanks to that special defense drop, I am going to able to Shadow Ball, and I am able to go in to win this game. So, and with a crit as well. So my god, the odds of that is unreal. So this has been Spinner94 here. Remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.